One of the things that it seems like has been, at least from the outside kind of looking in, that has always been kind of tricky is making trades. How difficult is it to make trades in the AHL, given that a lot of players aren't on NHL deals? I imagine you can't just, send Jack Drury to Hartford and everyone's okay with that. But if you wanted to make a trade just involving guys on AHL deals, do you still need to run that up the chain, or do you have the kind of autonomy to do that when guys on two-way deals come involved? How what does that process in general of making trades at the AHL level work?
Well, basically, I have a rough idea who they're willing to move, who it's okay if I make a trade and I go and make calls. That just happened with Letunov. I was able to make a deal and I call Carolina. I go, here's what I have on the table. Are you guys okay with it? They okayed it, of course. But that's it's. And there's NHL guys like that. I guess, I go, I know he's not a prospect for you now. You don't see him as a prospect. Are you okay me moving him? And you do it. You make trades. I've literally, one of my own signings, and I've actually traded a guy for a steak dinner, but that's another thing. I was moving him for future considerations. But I just told the GM, I go, I'm helping you out. And they, he asked me what I wanted, thought I wanted a player back or something. And I said, no, it's future. But next time I'm in your city, you owe me a steak dinner.
That segues really well into our next question. Because speaking of trades, future considerations is something that we see as an asset in trades all the time, especially if you're the Belleville Senators and Ottawa. But many people don't really seem to understand what exactly it means. It could mean a steak dinner, apparently, as Wendell just spilled the beans there. But, it looks like their team traded for some magic beans or a steak dinner. That's going to come up. That's going to keep coming up. Don't mind me. But future considerations also seem to have different meanings at different levels of minor league hockey. Why would someone take future considerations in the AHL, and what in general does that mean when you trade for or trade them away, aside from a steak dinner?
Well, future considerations most of the time is just you gotta trade something. You can't just give somebody away. So it's future. It usually doesn't come to fruition, the future considerations. But sometimes it's like on the next trade, you owe me a player. It's a gentleman's agreement almost when you really think about it. Now, I know at the East Coast level, there's future considerations, and there's already a deal done. Players stay on a team in the East Coast League, and then after everything's said and done, there's a trade at the end of the season, and that's your future. It's already agreed upon. The only person that doesn't know about it is the player that's going to be traded. Yeah, that happens a few times that I've heard of. But yeah, future is usually just you got to move something, and it's just you say it's for future considerations, and it's just a token trade equity, I guess, as a future.